and both of them to be awards category,
But
celebrating excellence in televised news broadcasts, documentaries, and investigative reports addressing key regional aspects. The first winner of tonight.
Dr. Mitch.
Yes?
Dr. Mitch, I
What?
love a good story.
What?
So I want to announce first the winning story.
What?
We have to announce the winning story first, and then this is a distinguished award, and it will be presented by His Excellency Dr. Workine, the Executive Secretary of IGAD, and also the...
Please welcome the VIPs who are going to hand over these awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us in warmly welcoming His Excellency Dr. Workine Gabayo, the Executive Secretary of IGAD. He will be presenting the awards. Let us also warmly welcome the Deputy Executive Secretary of IGAD, His Excellency Mohammed Wari. A warm, warm welcome to our dignitaries. Celebrating television.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. Ladies and gentlemen, the first award of tonight goes to a talented journalist from Kenya with a winning story called Echoes of the Earth. Please welcome Ledama Masitza!
Ledama Masitza. His winning story, how Kenya's vibrant communities are thriving amid climate change, a co-production with CNN. Welcome, 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 Ledama Masitza. Congratulations. Congratulations to Ledama Masitza.
Purchase your tracks today.
His winning television story had powerful images. Congratulations. A medal and a gold-plated trophy from the Executive Secretary of IGAD. Congratulations, Ledama. Congrats, Ledama.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Wow. But we said, if one can win, why can't two win? Ladies and gentlemen, our second winner in the television journalism category from the Horn of Africa.
We're going all the way to Somalia.
Yes!
Mohammed Nur Mohammed. His winning story was about the East African Institute for Peace conducting an impactful conference. Congratulations, Mohammed Nur Mohammed. Somalia! Somalia! Congratulations. Congratulations to Mohammed Nur Mohammed. He gets a medal and a gold-plated trophy from His Excellency Dr. Workine. Congratulations. And now, His Excellency Dr. Workine will remain on stage because we need him for this awards. But I would like to thank the Deputy Executive Secretary of IGAD, Mohammed Wari, and escort him back to his seat.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Thanking him for presenting the awards. And now, let's go to...
Stimulates your creativity and your imagination. But from as far back as 1890, we set up radio stations all over the world. And right now in East Africa, radio is the leading means of communicating. In certain countries, we have up to 90% penetration. That makes it simple for IGAD to get its message across. This particular category coming up next, radio journalism, honors compelling audio storytelling, podcasts, documentaries, and informs and engages audiences.
Yes, presenting these awards, we're going to welcome to the stage Mr. Jackie Kaite Shonga, a representative from Exim Bank, one of our sponsors who made this gathering possible. Mr. Jackie Kaiteshonga from the Exim Bank. Welcome. The first winning story, Dr. Mitch, I have to announce this because it's about women. I have to announce this.
Go ahead.
So the winning story in radio is how the Maasai women are countering drought with beekeeping. And the winning story takes us all the way to Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warmly welcome Steve Mokaya Ondieki, Kenya.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Steve unfortunately could not make it, but I'd like to call upon anybody who feels they will deliver the award and not keep it at their home. Is there anybody from Kenya? Yes, let's give a big round of applause to a representative, ladies and gentlemen.
A representative from Kenya receiving the award on behalf of Steve Mokaya Ondieki on how the Maasai women are using beekeeping to counter drought. Congratulations. Congratulations, a gold-plated trophy.
Yes.
And a medal.
You know something? We need to ensure that we immortalize these moments. So can we please take just 1 second and take a picture? Let's smile because it could be on the front page of the New York Times.
Receiving
Yes.
this award on behalf of Steve
Yes.
Mokaya Ondieki. Congratulations.
Congratulations, congratulations.
Thank you so much. In the next award, Dr. Mitch,
Yes.
we're going to go to Uganda. Let's come to your country because you said you guys are so hospitable.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, the next award is a special one. It talks about a hungry IGAD and how you can tackle climate change for a resilient food system. All the way from the Pearl of Africa, please welcome Michael Wambi!
Michael Wambi from Uganda. Coming up on stage with that peculiar Ugandan dance. Congratulations. What a moment. Congratulations, Michael Wambi, Uganda. How to tackle climate change for a resilient food system. A medal and a gold-plated trophy to Michael Wambi from Uganda.
It's Joel on Poetic.
A well-earned moment. Congratulations and thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, in the final category of this segment, we go back. Thank you so much. Jackie Kaiteshonga, representative from Exim Bank, thank you for presenting the awards. We now go to the backbone of journalism, which was considered to be print and the power of the written word.
Ah! Let me give you breaking news. Unfortunately, you know, as much as print is powerful, and they say, you know how back in school you used to write letters of love and adoration. And as communicators, you want to be able to immortalize your words. The challenge now is that print has a lot of challenges. One, the increasing cost of newsprint. Another challenge is the cost of distribution. Plus, at the same time, the advent of digital. But that has not stopped these particular journalists from telling their story.
All right, and presenting this award with His Excellency is Her Excellency Meseret Desta, the Vice President of the African Leadership Excellence Academy. Let's warmly welcome Meseret Desta to the stage. She'll be presenting this award with His Excellency.
It's Joel on Poetic.
The first winning story in print is how Kibra youth are turning trash to treasure. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the first winner in the print journalism category, Marian Anyango Buganda, Kenya. Kenya.
It's yours on the tip.
Welcome, 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 Marian Anyango Muganda from Kenya. How Kibra youth are turning trash to treasure.
Purchase your tracks today.
Congratulations all the way to Kenya. Congratulations, Marian Anyango Muganda.
It's yours on the tip.
Congratulations once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we're honored to present the second winner in the print journalism category. We come back again to Uganda.
Yes, we do.
Again.
And for those of you who are wondering, what is it with this award? This particular award recognizes outstanding newspaper and magazine reporting, and it demonstrates the depth of accuracy and the impact on regional issues. It's my great pleasure to once again welcome onto the stage somebody whose interesting story ended up catching the eyes of the judges. Progressive farming turning into life-saving projects for rural farms and communities in northern Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, Ambrose Okwanga!
Ambrose Okwanga, Progressive Farming. What an interesting title to a story. Congratulations all the way to Uganda. Special moment for Ambrose Okwanga from Uganda as he receives his trophy and medal.
You know, it's very important to understand what they call national context. In the Uganda, northern Uganda, it's not Okwanga, it's Okwanga. Okwanga.
Phonetics lesson. Thank you, Dr. Mitch. Thank you.
Let's give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so
Ambrose
much.
Okwanga.
Thank you so much, Meseret Desta, Vice President of AFLEX. And thank you so much, Your Excellency. You may return to your seat. Join us in warmly thanking His Excellency Dr. Workine Gabayo, the Executive Secretary of IGAD, for presenting the first round of awards. Now, tonight, we're celebrating the power of words, the power of creativity. And poetry is one way in which human beings express beauty. And therefore, we have a special treat before we go to the second segment, a special poetic performance. Are you ready for poetry? Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen, for poetry? Are you ready?
Would you like me to unleash my poetic skills right now?
Not now, later,
Okay,
during
fine.
dinner.
You can introduce the poet and let me take the poet.
So, presenting the poem is titled The Horn at Dawn. This is the horn rising, the horn at dawn. The poem highlights the environmental challenges facing the Horn of Africa, the actions being taken by the member countries, and the actions being taken by IGAD. The writer of the poem is named Marcos Reta. He's a poet, but he couldn't make it today, so he had someone else present his poem. Johannes Afewerk will be presenting the poem. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you Johannes Afewerk for his poem, The Horn at Dawn, the Horn Rising.
Thank you. Good evening, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I will read you The Horn at Dawn. We gather with stories that matter, stories rooted deep in the red earth and the black soils of the Horn of Africa. Stories that rose because we dared to plant them. Look around our region. The hills are turning green again. Billions of trees, yes, billions quietly walking the land, lifting soil from stone, giving breeze back to places that had forgotten the sound of rain. This is more than planting. This is rebirth. IGAD began with a simple solemn truth. The horn shares one destiny, one horizon, one rising dream. No border drawn by tired hands, no echo of old divisions can undo the fact that our futures are intertwined. From that truth grew a vision to plan together, to build together, to care for the land and the people together. For if we do not stand as a region, we risk falling as one. So, IGAD stepped in, not as an observer, but as a guide, a bridge, a steady voice calling the horn to rise. Rise not in anger, but in understanding. Rise not to point fingers, but to join hands. Rise against the real enemy, instability born from neglected lands, forgotten communities, and resources left to ruin. There is time to sow and a time to reap. Tonight, we honor both. For IGAD sowed courage in the soil of cooperation, and the harvest is beginning to show. A movement is rising everywhere, from Ethiopia's green legacy to Uganda's roots to Kenya's Jazamiti, towards a horn that feeds itself, toward greater, cleaner future, sustain itself, and wisely plans far ahead with posterity in mind. Dawn is surely at hand. We stand at the opening of a new age. The horn preparing to write a new page, a new chapter worthy of its courage. 40 years of climate action, of guiding biodiversity, of pursuing peace and prosperity, work that has never been in vain. And now, as dawn is forming, IGAD welcomes the journey to date and renews its call for all to rise. The horn is rising, and IGAD, faithful and firm, has been part of the solution every step of the way. I thank you.
Thank you so much to the poet Poetic for bringing those words to life, our collective determination as a region to life in taking a step at a time in addressing climate change issues. Ladies and gentlemen, we now continue with the awards, and this time we now shift to digital media, because these days everything is happening in the digital space.
And you know, it sounds easy, but what we're saying is that in the snap of a finger, a farmer who is facing challenges of drought, somebody who is struggling with a flood, does not have to wait days and weeks for the media to come and get the story. I can snap, upload, and share instantaneously.
Which is an opportunity if used responsibly, and also a catastrophic incident if used irresponsibly.
You know, they say, with great power comes great responsibility. So, who are you giving the responsibility of actually handing over the awards in this category?
We give the responsibility once again to His Excellency Dr. Warqineh Gabayo, Executive Secretary of IGAD. We also welcome the Horn of Africa Special Envoy of the United Nations, His Excellency Huan Kong, to present the digital media category winners. Ladies and gentlemen, so far in the awards, we haven't come to Ethiopia. We haven't come to Ethiopia.
Is this the moment?
This is the moment. And the winning story is a story about utilizing intelligence and data in tackling the climate crisis. We cannot do this without tangible data, and not your words, Dr. Midge. And so the winning story takes us all the way to the Ethiopian News Agency, to the Pulse of Africa Media, who are broadcasting the IGAD Media Awards live. Ladies and gentlemen, the first winner in the digital media category is Getinet Shongude Mengesha, Ethiopian News Agency. His winning story, Climate Intelligence for Survival. IGAD's push for accurate, actionable data. Congratulations to Getinet Shongude Mengesha from the Ethiopian News Agency, and congratulations on your behalf to all the Pulse of Africa colleagues in this building right now. Congratulations to you all. Indeed, data is of utmost importance in climate mitigation. Congratulations. The second winner.
Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. You know, before you talk about the second winner, it's important to understand what are we actually celebrating. And you see, these individuals are innovative, they're impactful online. Because you see, there's this thing that digital is laissez-faire, but you can use it purposefully. So we'd like to thank each of the winners, one, for including in their blogs, their multimedia content, and making sure that digital storytelling is changing lives.
And reminding us of the importance of data in tackling our regional issues. And now let's go to South Sudan. Do we have anyone from South Sudan in the room? This winning story from South Sudan is titled Climate Resilience, Inspiring Hope, Driving Change. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel Gatluak Walket, South Sudan. South Sudan. Inspiring hope, driving change, climate resilience. Congratulations, Gabriel Gatluak Walket from South Sudan. Let's see that smile. And now pose for the photo. Congratulations, Gabriel Gatluak Walket from South Sudan.
It is Joel on the
Thank you so much. And now I'd like to thank and escort back to your seat His Excellency Huan Kong, UN Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa region, for presenting the digital awards. And now we go to
Our next category.
influencer.
You know, the concept of an influencer might not make sense to everybody, but I think an influencer is somebody who is not in your conventional newsroom. They're here in spirit, they can be online, they can be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And every hour, they're updating our perspectives, sharing information through our phones, our tablets. They speak for so many people, and they actually change narratives, especially the young people. Now, the good thing is that their perspectives are a window into what we feel and what we are experiencing in pertaining to climate change.
So who should present this distinguished award? We have been receiving so much support from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we're honored to now welcome Ambassador Berhanut Agaye, State Minister of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to present this Distinguished Influencer Award, those who use their social media platforms responsibly towards the good of the society. Where does this award take us? Where?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, c'est un grand plaisir de vous dire que the award va jusqu'à Djibouti.
Djibouti. Amina Idan Paul from Djibouti.
It's yours.
Amina Idan Paul from Djibouti. She's very active on the social media platform X. She calls herself a climate champion, and she had a winning story of COP29. Too little, too late. Congratulations, Amina Idan Paul from Djibouti. Utilizing your social media platform, especially X, to advocate for climate action. Congratulations, a well-earned award.
So, ladies and gentlemen, whether it's a short video, whether it's Instagram, whether it's a TikTok story, the truth is all of those different platforms can be used to share information and tell stories. These influencers repost them, they initiate conversations, and this particular award, number one, recognizes that they're digital creators, and they use social media, one, to drive awareness, create dialogue, and above all, to promote peace, development, and to address climate issues. Where are we going next?
Let's go to Mogadishu, Somalia. Let's go to Somalia. Ahmed Mohammed Absi from Somalia.
Let's give it up for Mohammed!
His winning article is Somalia's first green media committed to promoting climate action and environmental sustainability. Congratulations, Ahmed Mohammed Absi from Somalia, and we commend you for using your social media platform to stir society towards positive change, towards climate resilience. Congratulations, Ahmed.
It's yours on the pin.
Thank you so much. And I would like to express thank you so much to Ambassador Burhanu Tsaggaye, State Minister of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, for presenting the awards. And now we go to the photography category. Photography category.
You know, photography is telling a story without even uttering a single word. Ladies and gentlemen, when there's a struggle in climate change, it's very important for us just to take a picture, share, and be able to impact people without even saying a word. So, ladies and gentlemen, the winner in this category will come up when you tell me who is going to be standing together with His Excellency.
Would like to welcome the Deputy Ambassador of the Republic of Kenya, Ambassador Petrolina Were. A warm welcome to the Deputy Ambassador of the Republic of Kenya to hand to His Excellency the photography category for the IGAD Media Awards 2025. Now, I must apologize that we couldn't show here on the big screen the winning pictures, but they were very, very, very powerful. One of the pictures was a village fully submerged in water and someone reaching out their hand asking for help. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that photograph, Abdurrahman Salad Abdulle, Somalia. Inspiring us to take climate action by showing us villages fully submerged in water. Congratulations. Congratulations, Abdurrahman Salad Abdulle. And with your camera lens, may you continue to inspire us to take climate action. Congratulations, Abdurrahman Salad Abdulle, Somalia.
It's yours on the pin.
Congratulations, Abdurrahman. Let's see that smile. Now, coincidentally, the second winning story in the photography category was also yet another flooding photograph captured.
But this one came from a different country. It came all the way from the 254. Ladies and gentlemen, the winning photo was a village totally submerged underwater. Please welcome from Kenya, Andrew Ngea Kasuku.
Andrew Ngea Kasuku, winner of the IGAD Video Awards 2025 photography category, with his winning photo, a village fully submerged in water. And that shows you how, as IGAD member states, we share a common destiny. We face similar challenges, which we should unite to solve. Congratulations, Andrew Ngea Kasuku from Kenya. Aren't Kenyans in the room? Aren't you here? Congratulations, Andrew. Thank you so much, and I would like to thank Her Excellency Ambassador Petrolina Were from the Republic of Kenya. You may take your seat as we proceed to a special treat. Your Excellency, please take your seat as well. And join us once again and again, in thanking His Excellency Dr. Warkena Gabayo. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, after this special treat, we're going to go to my favorite award, and that is the Gender Responsive Award. But the ladies are clapping already. But before that, we have a special treat. It's a musical performance from one of Ethiopia's A-list artists. We all know her in her work with Jano Band. And she was a songwriter originally and a musician, and she blends Ethiopian melodies with international and African tastes. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? Hewan Gabrield. Hewan Gabrield.
Nana Muna.